So today we're going to be replacing our old cable modem with a new cable modem. We'll be doing a speed test of what we were getting before on this dated modem and what speed test we'll be getting today with this new cable modem. Keep in mind that the package that we are subscribed to is the same for both modem. This is just a showcase of why replacing your modem and life cycling it every so often is important. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is highlight the differences between these two modems. This Surfboard 6121 is a very old modem. It wasn't really capable of providing me with the most amount of speeds. However, it just worked, so I never really thought about replacing it. This modem consists of 4 downstream channels and 4 upstream channels, whereas this new modem consists of a lot more. I believe this modem has 32 downstream channels and 8 upstream channels. This modem is a DOCSIS 3.0 modem. To note, this is not a DOCSIS 3.1 modem. If you want the most speeds, or if you're subscribed to the higher packages on your carrier, you're going to want like a SB8200, which will give you those extra DOCSIS 3.1 streams. It gives you an additional 2 downstream and 2 upstream channels and being able to lock onto those DOCSIS 3.1 streams. The speed differences I got between these was pretty significant. So right here, I'll throw on screen a speed test I got on this older modem. As you can see here, it was just poor. It was good enough to stream Netflix and do what I needed to do, but I wasn't getting the full package speeds. Whereas you can see here on this screenshot, I was able to get a lot better speeds. I was actually getting close to what I was paying for through my cable provider. So to replace these modems was actually a lot easier than I expected. First of all, they both have the same connections. They both have the same power input. You hook up your coax here, and then they both have the 1 gig Ethernet port. I did go ahead and replace the actual power brick itself just with the new one, just because this thing has been running pretty much non-stop 24/7 every day for the past 8 years. So just to reduce the point of failure, I went with the fresh one that this new one came with. I then called my cable company and gave them the HFC MAC ID while this was connected to where this modem was, and they were able to activate it and provision it on my account. It took probably about 15 minutes for me to get in contact with someone, and then probably about 15 minutes of the modem seemingly constantly rebooting. I think it was downloading firmware and updates and all of that kind of stuff before I was able to get back onto the internet. So make sure you plan out probably a good hour, depending on your cable provider, to get the new one hooked up. But once it's connected and tied to your account, you shouldn't have any issues going forward. So let's take a look on what it looks like once it's plugged in. So this is where this modem will be placed. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is take that coax cable, hook it into that coax port. Take the Ethernet plug, hook that in. That Ethernet will be going to your router, which will provide internet to the rest of your house. And then lastly, just the power. So let's go ahead and tuck this back in here a little bit and wait for the modem to come back online for us to have internet. So here's what the boot sequence looks like on specifically my modem. Yours may look a little bit different depending on your model, or if you have a Netgear like CM 1000, 1100, 1200, may look a little bit different, but this is what it looks like on mine once it's already been connected to the internet. So in order from top to bottom, the top is obviously the power light, pretty clear. The second from the top light is downstream connection, followed by upstream connection, and lastly the bottom one is like an earth. You could think of that as like an active internet connection. In just a moment here, you'll actually see some of these lights turn to blue. That means that they are connected to DOCSIS 3.0 connections, which should provide faster speeds. I also believe that DOCSIS 2.0 has been removed from most networks. As you can tell, this can take quite some time. So definitely have some patience. Just let it do its thing. Something I wanted to call out was if you're moving your modem to a different part of your house, that cable outlet may not actually be activated for internet. So you'll have to do either some guess and checking or a toner to kind of map out the coax in your house. Or if you don't have the skill set to do that, you may have to call your service provider and there may be a fee for them to come out to kind of reinstall your modem. All right, you just see those things switch to blue, and all of a sudden that internet is solid and looks like the internet is back up and running. The next thing you want to do is just check to make sure that you have internet on a wireless device or an Ethernet device or a smart TV. Just make sure everything is back up and running. And that pretty much concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Take care.